Well, hello, everybody. This is Mr. O, and today's lesson is Raid on Area 51. Now, this is a sub-lesson or a drawing prompt, depending on how you're using it. So, for me as a teacher, I could be sending this to my students, and because I'm sick or I'm not at school, or you're just looking for something to do and you need some inspiration. And that's what also makes it a prompt, because there's a little story with it to encourage that creativity. Now, this is probably an hour, 15-minute lesson. So in a school day, this would be over 2 days. And as you can see, I have my sub lesson plan, and it's Area 51 raid. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. What we're going to need is paper. This is drawing paper, but copy paper is great. A pencil, a number 2 pencil. For me, it's a Ticonderoga, and then I'm having a separate eraser for right now. So, Area 51 in 2019. There was an internet joke about raiding Area 51, saying the government can't stop everybody. There were at least 20 people who showed up, but it was, a fake internet thing, but it was also a very creative internet thing. So the idea for this drawing prompt is you, the artist, will draw yourself breaking into Area 51 and breaking out an alien, and then going to steal some alien tech and break out. So as you can see, there's me. And of course, nowadays I have a belly. So I had to stick that out because I doubt they'll have a, belly armor. And then I broke out an alien. And I think I was inspired a little bit about Men in Black. It reminds me of something from Men in Black. So I got her out, and we're breaking through the wall. And so you see a little bit of a background, cracked wall, simple. And then in the foreground, I have some chunks. One that says Area 51. And I got a soldier that's being held upside down. Sorry about that for you military people. But you got to have fun. And of course, me, I'll be blasting everything. So sorry about that. So have fun, and it's about being creative, and you take the story and make it your own. I'm hoping that when I told the story, you got a giggle, or you think it's pretty creative. When it comes to art, it's easy to teach technique. It's hard to teach creativity. That's something you have to work on. That's where when you say somebody's talented and stuff, they have access to their creativity a lot more most of the times. It's not so much about their ability to draw, it's their ability to create. That's why you can see the most talented people go nowhere, because without looking at anything, they cannot create something on their own. And these are things to help you. I don't want you to copy what you see here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to lay it out, because for the first time, I'm going to do a little time lapse. And so if the video gets a little janky when it jumps into time lapse and jumps out, that's why. And so as you can probably see, my layout probably looks like those drawing books. Those drawing books I did not understand, and maybe you guys understand them a little bit better now than I did at your age. But it took a while, and I will do videos on how to understand proportions. Middle of my art school right now, that's when this video is coming out. And I want to do them well. I'm still not used to doing videos. You probably can tell when I mispronounce something, or I skip over something I meant to talk about. And but we are all like that. We're not perfect. And as Bob Ross has always said, happy little accidents. Sometimes leaving those mistakes in makes the video more real. Leaving my mistakes lets you know that even I'm not perfect. You're not supposed to compete with the people trying to instruct you. Don't worry about getting better. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes months, and some of you, it will just take a few days. You have been practicing this whole time, and I want you to notice that the soldier I'm doing upside down. This is where I'm using my knowledge, and I can do it backwards because I've done this so many times. You might have to turn your paper upside down to draw proportionately. And if you don't know what the proportions are, don't worry, just do your best. And this gives me my layout. And this is where I would start, drawing the background, getting where I want to place things. I know that some of the people watching this video, you're still thinking everything's a worksheet. Get it done as fast as you can. If you had me as an art teacher, you would understand you won't do well with me because it's about effort. It doesn't matter what it looks like because it's based on your effort, the best of your ability. And I cannot stress that enough. I don't care if a student never finishes anything, they'll still get an A+, as long as they're giving me their best effort. And so on day one of this project, I just want you to lay out and just start drawing. As you can see, I have one ready because I wasn't going to put my drawing into time lapse. I was going to do the inking and the coloring, and I just want to go a little bit over about inking. Not everybody will have the ability to ink. You can use a ballpoint pen, or you can, if you have a Sharpie pen. Of course, since I'm in my art studio, I have these nice little micron pens that help me quite a bit. And I just want to show you a few things. Something that I learned from manga. And so let me just switch over here and just give you a couple inking techniques. And I'll have a video that just talks directly about inking. But these are just little reminders. So I'm going to take this Sharpie because it has a thicker tip than this number 1 micron. And if you have the ability to have 2 different sizes, fantastic. But one of the secrets to manga is line weight. And if you just take the Sharpie, and you can see the line's kind of thick, and I'm going to go around. And I'll just do a little bit of the eye stalk. And you can see how thick that is. And I'm not going to do anything on the inside. I'm going to outline a lot. I might bring in some lines that come in. And depending on the gloves, might even, use thicker lines where I think are needed. But it's mostly just like the outline. And it's not the details that's within the object. And then I would take the smallest pen. And that's where I would put some details. And you can see, probably through the video, how much smaller that line really is. And this keeps your figures separated from themselves and makes them stick out. That's why the importance of line weight. Now, to take it to the next level, sometimes, like even after you do that, this line underneath the arms might be even thicker than the outline. This is just, like I said, very basic. I'll do a better video on just inking and some of the techniques and theories out there, because everything's kind of a theory. All right, so I'm going to basically get this into time lapse, and hope you enjoy watching this. Okay, that's enough for the time lapse, and that took a lot longer than I was expecting. I should have done something smaller for my first time lapse. This took me about 45 minutes of ink, and you'll notice the black, so I busted out a brush pen. And the reason I did that is I have this Micron brush pen. This is the third one that somehow in the very tip it's split, and I don't use it on my regular art, and I just thought I'll just do a little bit, and others will be less with the color pencil. And because of the length of time this video is already going, I'm going to do the coloring video separate, and that way I can use it for any of these sketch videos that I do for substitutes, for regular students, or for you. And you can always go back to the one video about coloring and stuff like that, because this took a little bit longer than I was expecting, and that's okay. So for a regular student, they're not going to get this involved, and this is why you know, for middle school level, this could be a 2-day assignment. For elementary, this is a 1-day. Coloring is going to take a little bit of time. For you art people, this could be, you know, if you're thinking about a 45-minute class, this could be a 3-day assignment. You're going to spend a day drawing, spend another inking, and another day coloring. And for the meticulous people, or just people who are generally slow, you know, this is what time is built in for art. This is what's great about art. If you've been made to feel like art is like some of the other subjects, that this is a worksheet, I apologize as an art teacher for that. Hopefully you can unteach yourself some of those bad habits. Take your time, do what you want. Sometimes within school, you just got to be done. And that's okay, but keep this in mind. What you do is you find a finishing point. And most masterpieces aren't finished, they're just at a finishing point. Take it home and finish. You don't have to be totally finished at school. The other thing you might notice, besides my all the ink that took to do my belly, I got my little belly hair and stuff like that, and is my lasers. I did not ink my lasers because I'm going to do that in color, and I'm going to let different shades of color outline my laser. So if you have energy or fire, you may want to just not ink that. If you do accidentally ink it, it's not the end of the world. And you notice that I'm taking a big eraser and erasing all my pencil. I did forget a few spots that I didn't ink, like the inside of the mouth. And this is not blood, by the way, that's marker from a different video. And I put my hand because I noticed that when I was touching, I was getting a little black on the bottom of my hand because I was moving probably quicker than it was drying. And so, guys, this is important. If you need to hear this, that you are important. Check out the coloring video. And guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.